Hi, welcome back. Remember a time when Saul was escaping from his enemies? He got some help from his friends to lower him down the wall in a basket. Well, we're gonna make this little craft today of this scene of how Saul escaped. Materials we'll use today will be two pieces of paper, a pencil, a sharpie, scissors, a string, and some color pencils. Now I'm using one brown paper and one white paper today. But of course, you may use two white paper if you like. I just like to use a brown paper so that it's a little bit easier for me to color in. So I'm using the brown paper first. Now, if you're using a darker color paper, you might want to use color pencil instead, because a pencil is hard to see on a dark color paper. So first, I like to draw a rectangular box at the top of my page. Not at the very top, but still higher half of the page. Then I'm going to draw two diagonal lines toward the center from the bottom part of the rectangle. And then I'm going to connect the diagonal lines with the horizontal line. Now I'm going to draw a long rectangle downward toward the bottom part of the page, leaving a small gap. And then I'm going to draw a rectangle that is a little bit bigger than the long rectangle. So you can see how that I'm drawing two lines going outside a little bit and then drawing the lines connecting to the bottom part of the page. Now I'm going to draw a horizontal line at the top. You can see is close to the top toward the side of the page. That's going to be the wall. Now it's time for me to draw the bricks on the wall. But before I draw the bricks, I like to draw a folding line. So the folding line is going to be around 2 fingers wide from the side. And I'm going to draw the lines from the top of the page to the bottom of the page. So now it's the bricks. The bricks are going to be simple. I'm going to draw the horizontal lines first. Try not to make the bricks too small. I like to make them a little bit bigger, around 2 fingers apart. So that means like 2 finger wide apart, so that I'm only drawing 4 to 5 rows of bricks. And when I get to the very bottom, remember the large rectangle at the bottom? I'm gonna draw a little line around the same level as the large rectangle at the very bottom. That part will be the concrete. And of course, the center part needs horizontal lines as well. After we have finished all the horizontal lines, then we can start building the vertical lines in between all the horizontal lines. Now at this point, we can start coloring. But I'm not going to show you how to do the coloring yet because it's a little bit more advanced and I will show you that later. However, we will use the drawing that we just finished to draw the basket and Saul. So around the same width as the concrete at the bottom, I'm going to draw a half circle. This will become the basket. Of course, the coloring of the brick wall will be done and will be shown to you afterward. So don't worry, let us draw the basket first. As you can see, the basket is basically a half circle. And above this half circle, I'm going to draw a smaller circle. Now, of course, I want to draw two eyes in the midline. And then I will draw his hair, a little curly hair above the head, covering part of his forehead. Now 2 ears and some mustache. And here are the eyebrows. Now I'm going to draw two hands, kind of like holding onto the basket, right? And then of course 2 lines to connect the hands with the face. That's going to be his arm and shoulder. and then some decoration in the front. When we have finished drawing Saul, we can draw the basket here. The basket will be 3 rows, and then in between each row we will have some diagonal lines. And this is how we draw Saul. So now that we have finished drawing him, we are going to color him now. The coloring part should be quite simple. You can use any colors you like. The basket, I like to use a yellowish color. Now I'm going to cut this out. Try to follow the line, or you can make it a little bit bigger too. Now, let's go back to coloring the wall. So as you can see, we have all the lines on there. So now I like to start coloring all the bricks, and I color the bricks individually. So do not use long strokes, but use small strokes to coloring each brick by itself. Once you have done that, you can still see some of the lines that goes in between the bricks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a darker brown, and I'm going to draw sort of like the letter U, all right, underneath each brick. So each brick will have 3 sides that is going to be dark brown. The 3 sides will be the left, right, and the bottom side will be dark brown. The reason for this is because I want to create a sense of shadow so that the brick wall is extended out of the flat wall itself. So it has a little bit more texture in it. So as you can see, each brick has a left side, a bottom part, and the right side that is going to be shaded and colored in with brown lines like this. I'm going to quickly do the right side as well. Now that we have finished the brick, now I'm going to use a gray for the concrete at the very bottom. And after the gray, I'm going to apply white on top of the gray. So it's going to be a lighter concrete color. And here I'm adding a little bit of shadow on the side as well. So I'm using black on the side of the center concrete. When I'm coloring the white, I'm just using horizontal strokes to cover up the entire part. Now, of course, I know that some of you might be using white paper. That's okay, you can use white paper, but you can still apply a little bit of white on top of your gray color. That makes the gray a little bit lighter. And after we have finished the concrete, since I'm using white, I'm going to apply a little bit of highlight on top of each brick. So as you can see, it's as simple as just putting lines on the top part of each brick. Remember we did the left, right, and bottom part with brown. Now I'm going to finish the bricks off with white lines at the top of each brick. And that's how simple it is to make a 3D looking brick wall. And of course, if you're a little bit more advanced, you can apply a little bit of shadow on the side of the center column as well. Don't forget to add white lines on the concrete as well. So now it looks really 3-dimensional. It looks like it's a real wall now. So we're ready for the cutting part, or the putting the string in part. So here you can see that I'm using a scissors to cut 2 holes on the basket, on the 2 corners of the basket. I found that actually it's better for you to use a pencil instead, because first, a scissors might be dangerous. Second, it's quite difficult for young children to do it. So what you can do is you can also use a pencil. And if you're very young, you might want to get your parents to help you with poking the holes. So 2 holes on the basket, and similar with 2 holes on top of the wall there. And then you're going to cut a long piece of rope or string, and then you're going to feed it through the hole on the right side, through the basket, from the front to the back. Okay, so from the front of the basket, you feed the string to the back. And then on the opposite side, you feed it back to the front. so that the string is at the back of the basket. Now I'm going to use the end of the string and feed it through the wall from the front to the back and tie a knot at the back, 2 knots at the back, so that it doesn't come loose. So as you can see, it becomes like a little loop. Again, you might need to get your parents to help you to feed the string through the little hole. As you can see, once you have finished tying it, Saul can be like on the left, going up and down on the wall here. And of course, sometimes it might help if you put a little bit of like a paper clip or something a little bit heavy attached to the basket so that it goes down very easily. Alright, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you like it, and I'll see everyone next time.